Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, good morning.
Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
We did a live stream last night, our first one here on the Real Talk channel, and it went over pretty well.
It went pretty good.
Yeah.
That was a good live.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys all for joining us on that live stream. If you missed it, it's the video that we posted yesterday here on this channel. It's about an hour long. We got to interact with a lot of you folks out there, answer some questions, live time, and we went on a bit of a rant, but it was necessary, so.
It was nice.
It was a good rant. It wasn't a bad one.
Yeah,
but
it was a good live.
yeah, it was a very fun live. A lot of people showed up and were in our corner supporting us. So again, thank you guys so much for showing up for our very first live stream here on this channel. I think in the future, we'll probably be moving the majority of the live streams over here. I haven't quite decided yet. I still need to, I guess, get the word out that we have this second channel because we got a lot of people watching, but y'all ain't hit the subscribe button yet.
No.
And this channel is still very, very new, and I don't think everybody on our main really even knows that this one exists yet. So we're probably going to do a little bit more promotion, and then eventually we're going to start making this channel be the hub for all of the live streams, the chats, answering questions, all that. So It's coming. We're making the slow transition, but I want to thank all of you early birds for being over here and hanging out with us and helping to support this this side venture. So
Heck yeah.
Thank you guys. So, we've got a very busy day today. The sun is actually shining, the birds are chirping, and I know it's not going to stay like this forever. We have until maybe 1 o'clock, and then it's going to start raining on us again, so we got to get out there and get to work.
Yep.
The last few days, if you guys have been around here, we've been talking about the rain and how it won't quit. And honestly, it's Thursday, and we haven't been able to do anything over there because of the rain. Each and every time that we've gone over there to the job site, we've set up all the cameras, we get everything ready to go, get all the tools out there, and then it started pounding on us. So this week has just been very difficult with that. Very, very difficult with that. What are we looking at?
No rain today.
No rain today?
They changed. We should
Yay!
be good.
No rain today!
Tomorrow's a different story.
Well,
though.
that's okay, because we got a video to record today and to put one out tomorrow, so thank you, Lord, for allowing us this time. Gotta give it up to God for that one. Right here, Gary. Do the thing. No, not to me. Give it up. Yeah, do the thing.
Yes, do the thing.
Do the thing.
I got you.
Yeah, that's a thing me and Gary do. Sometimes when we're feeling stressed or when we just want to, that's exactly what we do. Me and Gary will look at each other across the job site or just in life. We'll look at each other and me and Gary will go, hey, and we do the thing. Yeah.
Yep.
Gary's in his phone right now. So.
Sorry, I was looking at the weather.
But.
Well, that means we're gonna be getting a lot done today.
Today's gonna be a good day. Gonna be a good day. Today's gonna be a good day. Gonna be a good day.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Squirrel! Okay, so since we're on one this morning, and if you can tell, the sunshine has definitely improved my mood personally. I get that vitamin D in me, and I just get all hypey and everything. We did want to answer some of your guys' questions that was on the live last night that we didn't get to. I asked everybody if we didn't get to your question to please leave it in the comments section. Many of you guys followed directions. I've got a bundle of questions that I'm looking at here. I also have some questions from our last Real Talk episode, so we're going to go through and we're going to try to really hit on all those questions during this live, this recorded video. So, let's get it.
Let's get it.
All right, so I'm just going to go sequentially, right? So the most recent question to the older questions that were left on the video. And this one comes from Dale Cherry, and it says, I've been wondering for a while now, are the transmission lines at the front of your property the same ones at the back of David's?
Yep. Those, I'm pretty positive that those run all the way through Arkansas.
I'm pretty sure they do too. They run all throughout this whole area. There's those big power lines, and they do run through our property, and they go to the back of David's. Yep. We actually call that the Happy Trail. Yep. And so in case of an emergency, we know how to get to each other, back roads, dirt roads, walking, whatever. If that, if we needed to, we can get to each other and help out our family, our brother, Mr. Come On with the Come On. Mm-hmm. So, okay, this is from Rita Firestone. I have a non-build question. What kind of tarp are you using over your trailers and center area We are looking for a large tarp, and I'm assuming they're talking about the Camp Life tarp.
So this white Camp Life tarp, we went down to Tractor Supply and we ended up finding it. It's an agricultural tarp itself. It actually has, if I can pull it down, it has a cord or a rope basically on the outer edge, so that way when you put something into this eyelet and if it does start to rip, it will actually catch onto that cord right there. So they're a little pricey, but they are well worth the money because we have tried all sorts of different types of tarps and they suck. This one, it works, and it still rips every now and then. Get yourself some flex tape or knockoff flex tape.
We got the knockoff flex tape because it's a lot cheaper. You can get it. It's Amazon Basics flex tape, and it's a 4-inch by 50-foot roll, and it was only like $25. Where the name brand,
cut the sizes you need, and just tape along whenever it rips.
The name brand one is like 3 times the price.
And you only get like a little tiny bit. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, what the heck?
So if you do have rips, use the flex tape. That's what we do. Or the knockoff flex tape, I should say. Okay, and then Maria Martinez, you guys are doing such a great job. You guys are a hardworking couple. My question is, how are you planning to put the electrical through the brick in your walk-in cellar? What am I missing or don't understand? So Maria, thank you so much for your kind words. We totally appreciate it. And to answer your question, next up is Gary.
So we are going to be running conduit itself. The electrical conduit is meant for in-ground or above ground. So what I'm going to be doing is running it from in-ground all the way over to my deck area where that's going to be, and then I'm going to have to pop it up and run it along the seal to get it into the basement, and I'll just go through the joist and come down. I didn't want to put a hole through the block because of water leaks and everything else, and that's the last thing I want to do is have any sort of intrusion area for water to get to. If there is a hole, there is a way for water to get there, and it will get there one way or another. It might take 20 years, but it will happen, unfortunately.
And then there was a
part. Same thing with the water.
There was a part 2 for that question. It says, I don't understand. So the sockets and plugs are going to be up high. No. So the inside of the basement, you will see the conduit on the wall, and the plugs will be out, like kind of sticking out from the wall. Very industrial looking.
I'll be running at 90, going in, and then go down the wall to where the actual. I just had a complete brain fart right now. The electrical box.
You went squirrel.
I did. The electrical box will be right there at the normal height and everything, and it's going to be coming down through the top. And then the actual water lines itself, I'll be able to pop through and then be able to put a split to go in from cold to split the cold to cold, and then have one cold going to hot, and then from there that will be my hot. But yeah, it's all going to be happening right there, and it's in the mechanical room, not the cellar area.
Yeah, that's where all the stuff is going to be: the hot water heater, the electrical box, battery banks in the future when we get to flip over to solar. We are running on city power over there, or we plan to be running on city power, because right now it's cheaper than for us to be buying all of the battery banks and the setup for the solar. We do plan to go full solar, but we got to buy it piece by piece because it can be quite expensive. And right now, for our necessities, we're just going to go with city power, and then eventually make the switch. We're going to have a hybrid home. It'll be a hybrid home to where no matter what, we have power.
No.
Okay, so Mark Hooten. Hi, guys. Are you going to mill any of the wood yourselves for the build?
So we have milled quite a bit of lumber already. It is stacked up, drying, and just been sitting there for the last almost a year now.
Yeah.
Which is a scary thought in a sense. So I hope all that wood is gonna still be all right.
And if it's not, we'll use it for outbuildings and animal pens. Like it's not gonna get wasted.
No. And that's, I mean, dude, that's a lot of wood, and we can use it anywhere and everywhere. And yeah, I'm hoping that we can get that going that way.
Now, a lot of the wood that we will be using, that we mill our own, is going to be like finishing wood. Now, the actual studs and all of that stuff for the framework, we're going to buy that lumber because it's already weather treated and, pest treated.
It's already dried and
all
ready
that.
To go. And,
so that we do have to purchase. But all of the finishing wood for, side pieces and everything, that's most likely going to be stuff that we mill. We got a lot of pretty cedars around here, a lot of pretty pines, and there's oaks, and there's all kinds of wood out here that we can get. You
just got to go get it.
Yep. Okay. This is from Kim Parks. How are you planning to dry in the basement so that you can live in it? We've gotten this question a lot. We don't mind answering it, to be honest with you. It's not a problem at all. And but we have answered this one multiple times.
So basically, once I get my subfloor up there, if I'm using the Advanced Tech, which that's what it's looking like because prices have came down a little bit to where I can use it. But the Advanced Tech subfloor is actually waterproof. And that is a huge plus on there because there shouldn't be any bulging or any damage whatsoever if water sits on there or gets on there and it doesn't go anywhere for a long period of time. It's pretty good for a lot of things. I've been seeing a lot of research on them, and somebody actually in one of the reviews that I've looked at, they said that they put that on their trailer and it's been out in the weather for 4 years and there's no bulging or anything else through the wood, and it's been tried and true, tested, and that's why I love that subfloor type. And so we're gonna do that, and then we're just gonna lay out a huge thing of plastic right over it, so that way if there is any moisture that builds up, which it's gonna happen, it's plastic, moisture in the wood will have pretty much water just sitting there, and it's not a good idea, but at the same time, it's the only thing I can really do to try to mitigate a little bit of water leaking into the basement while we're in the basement. And
it won't be super long either that plastic and stuff is sitting there. We are planning on starting the framework and building up of the cabin as soon as the garage is finished.
Yes.
And there was another question. Where did it go? There was a question about the timing. Where did it go? Okay, Christine Tyborski. I hope I did not butcher that name. But it says, do you guys think you'll have the cabin completed by the end of this year? So to answer your question, Christine, yes, we do plan on having the cabin completed. I was going to get to that. Not completed with all the cabinetry.
You said completed, and I was like,
I was gonna help out and add to that. We plan on having it dried in by the end of the year, meaning the structure is completely there. Doors, windows, roof, it's framed out, but the inside of the cabin will likely not be done yet. No. We'll still need to do all the plumbing, all the electrical, make the inside walls. There's going to be everything to do inside.
My biggest goal is to get it dried in by the end of this year. And then that way we can also work on the actual walk around deck around everything. I want to have the deck completely done before I start doing anything else, because one, that walkout deck will give me an actual platform to stand on when I'm working on the exterior of the house, but it also will help out quite a bit with everything else. And I might end up putting the deck in first before everything else. I'm still trying to
give us working
get myself a good
stuff.
game plan for how we're going, but that's not 100% set in stone yet.
One day at a time.
We got to get the basement done first.
Yes. And then the garage, and then the cabin.
Yes.
Okay, and this one comes from Pierre Ventier, and I hope I didn't butcher the name, but it says, man, you guys are awesome. One question, your internet speed is that megabytes per second. I'm so curious. I live in China, and my download speed is almost 1,000 megabytes per second. Is 48 megabytes per second considered fast in the USA? And so thank you, Pierre, from watching all the way from China.
That's awesome.
Right on, man. So yes, 48 megabytes per second is considered fast here in the United States. There's still many areas here in the United States that don't get cell signal, that don't get any kind of internet connection whatsoever. When you live in the large major metropolitan areas, they do have 1 gig. They have 1 gig speeds,
which is what you got.
But in the more country settings, 48 is very fast. If you would be extremely lucky to get 100 megabytes per second, that would be like, wow, you got really fast. But for the most part, like our cell phones, if we're just working off of the 4G and 5G, we're lucky to get 10 megabytes per second of upload and like 1 megabyte per second, or 10 megabytes of download and 1 megabyte of upload. So,
and it's pretty common for internet providers to be like, hey, I'm going to sell you this 50 megabytes per second data plan, And then all of a sudden in the fine line it says can toggle down to 15.
Yeah,
and 15 if you get 15 if you get 15 megabytes per second, that means your internet's good. And it's like, wait, I'm paying for 50.
But I'm getting
15 and like 1.5. That's not anywhere close to 50. And it's it's pretty common.
But yeah, I mean, it is what it is out here. And being that we live so far out in the country, like, we are just thankful that we are able to get the Starlink up and working, and that it is up and working for us, because this whole time we've just been using our cell phones.
And our cell phones, I mean, they're good in a sense, but at the same time, it's not high speed data internet aspects, and Starlink is definitely way faster than our phones.
Yeah.
Way faster.
Okay, and so Deborah Jenkins wants to know, do you guys have any practice in electrical? If you don't care, can I give you some advice? Oh, and then she goes on to give us some advice, which is awesome. I appreciate that. I did read the full comment, but just answer about the electrical, because that's the only question that she has. Do you have any practice in electrical?
Yes. I got a good amount of practice with electrical, and we've been doing a lot of research and everything else with every aspect of it, because
we had to do a lot of electrical to the trailer that we currently live in right now, when we had completely gutted it before we could even move it out here. So we had to move a lot of electrical for that. And then I know in the old house in Arizona, you had to do quite a bit of electrical work over there.
Yep.
So
I've had to do a lot of electrical
yeah.
in my life throughout the time frame. And a lot of that just comes down to not wanting to pay the outrageous amounts that it takes to pay somebody to come out and do something. I was just like, nope, I'll figure it out and I'll learn it myself. And yeah, it's not one of those things that you want to learn by yourself, but I definitely had mentors that I called up and been like, hey, what do I do with this?
Yeah. And then Robert Hughes had a question about the subfloor and protecting it. I'm pretty sure we answered that, Robert. Second question also came from Skeeter Malcolm. It was also wondering what kind of material are we going to be using for the waterproofing. I'm pretty sure we answered those questions going through about the subfloor and the big plastic that we're going to be putting over it. So thank you guys for the questions. I really appreciate it. Okay. So Tamara Jones has a question as well. It says, when you guys complete your house and the gardens and the animal area, are you going to continue to video your adventures around the property, exploring new areas and trails? Just curious. Take care and happy building adventures, from Tamara Jones. Thank you, Tamara. So yes, we will. We started this channel originally as a family vlog, and we never want to, I guess, steer away from that. Yes, what we're doing right now is heavy, intense building, and a lot of people are coming over because they're curious to watch that whole journey, but that's not where our roots are from, and that's not where we intend to go and where we intend to keep filming in the meantime. So right now on Simple Life Reclaimed, we do film a lot of our build, but we also film some of our just regular adventures, like when the kids have birthday parties or just when friends are coming over or whatever. We film kind of anything and everything. They went and got their own bone. Wow.
She went and stole her own bone.
Yeah, Luna just got into the bone box and got her own bone.
Goodness, this dog, man.
But we do plan on filming and continuing to have a family vlog style of channel, and I try to include that in a lot of our videos. Sometimes we're not able to, but we are not going to ever steer away from that. We don't want to be considered a building channel. No. We don't want that. We want to be considered a family vlog.
I ain't no professional.
Yeah.
I ain't no professional.
So thank you, Tamara. Appreciate the question, and I hope that you stick around after we're done building and throughout all these adventures that we have.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah, there you go. And then Carol also had the same question about the subfloor. And then Bola, I believe I pronounced that correctly. Here's the question. Where is it? There's a couple. Okay, are you doing normal framing for the build? I know some of the other homesteaders I follow are doing post framing, kind of a barn style. I spent yesterday working to replace a 40-foot section of privacy fence. The amount of struggle that was just proved I'm not physically fit enough to capable to do what y'all do, but I'd love to have a nice semi-off-grid property for sure. Loving the build. Thanks for sharing your journey with us. So the main question was, are we doing a normal framing for our build?
Correct. We are doing a normal framing for our build. We are going a little bit above and beyond because that's just the way I do it. But I'm going 2x6 framing on the outer exterior areas as well as directly down the center. So everything that is weight bearing, I'm going to have it be 2x6. And then everything non-weight bearing is going to be 2x4s. So
yeah, and we're calling our home a cabin because we plan to have the exterior and interior looking like a cabin.
Yes.
We want to have it have wood siding on the outside and inside. We were originally going to do a standard log cabin with the full logs, but after spending a lot of time with Paul the Bearded Carpenter, which shout out for you, Paul,
Yeah.
love you, man, we learned a lot from him, and the amount of wood that we were going to need, we didn't have enough lumber, which we were going to have to purchase some of the lumber, or really spend a lot of money on equipment to go and get it off of our property. And again, the equipment rentals, it was just going to be astronomical, so we decided against it, and that's why we're doing kind of a stick framing with cabin siding on the exterior and
But
interior.
not only that, but it's also a lot safer for me and you to be doing it by ourselves.
Correct.
Because that's... Whew, those logs are heavy.
Now, I've seen people on YouTube, and I'm sure you guys have as well, where it's like one guy in the woods all by himself, and he's building a log cabin. Well, his log cabin's like a 10 by 10. It's not a 3-story or 2-story building.
It's not a 33 by 33.
Yeah, they're a lot smaller, and it can be done. And I'm not saying that. I guarantee you, if you look right now, you're probably gonna find somebody out there who can do it. Gary and I just don't have those skills. No. We are trying and learning as we go along, and kudos to everybody out there that can do it. And I'm so like excited, proud for, and all that. Nothing but good vibes going that way. I just know what we are capable of doing, and it wasn't something that we would be capable to do.
And it would take us like almost 10 years.
10 years, and our kids would all be grown up and moved away.
And it'd be pointless at that point to have that big of a house.
Yeah,
so
we should have just built us the 10 by 10, right? I mean,
dang it.
Let's just get a yurt. I know, Gears all no yurt.
No.
But yeah, I mean, so that's, I guess, the answer to that question. Let me go ahead and clear really quick. Jan Hollis was asking, what? You guys got a P.O. box? Yes, we do have a P.O. box. We have it listed in the description of all of our videos. It's on here on Simple Life Reclaimed, Real Talk, or Real Talk with Simple Life Reclaimed, and on our main channel, Simple Life Reclaimed. So it is listed. We never ask you guys to send us anything. If you send us anything at all, a handwritten note. Like, I'm making a note, I'm making a binder full of all of these amazing, encouraging letters, and I've been keeping them. We get cards, we get letters, awesome. And I'm keeping it all, and it's very meaningful to us. So please don't feel like you guys have to, come out of pocket or anything, but if you did want to send us anything, letters are always appreciated, and they really warm our heart, and thank you guys for sending those, because we love them. We love the letters. So, okay, let me see really quick. We had a lot of people giving us kudos about sticking up for our family and friends on our last Real Talk video, which is, I appreciate. I appreciate you guys seeing where we come from and knowing that we love you guys, and we love our family members, and that certain things are not stuff that we appreciate. And I know you guys can read between the lines with that, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we had a lot of those really good, outstanding questions of, or not questions, but comments of support towards that. So I want to thank you for that. Mike C. wants to know, are we planning to keep a kitchen in the basement once the cabin is done? And he was thinking that it would be nice to have for our canning needs. So Mike, the kitchen that we're going to have in the basement is going to not be a real kitchen. It's
going to be basically our small little microwave that we have outside right here, and then a hot plate.
Yes, and some of my other
and all our other kitchen
kitchen gadgets, my Instapot and my skillet, my Ninja, like all of my tabletop appliances. That's what's going to be our kitchen. There's not going to be a sink in that area, so when we're living in the basement and I'm having to do dishes, I'm going to have to take it to the laundry wash tub and wash it out from there, because we don't plan on having a full-blown kitchen down there.
No. But I do want to have that wash tub sink down in there.
Yes.
At all times,
yes.
Because that's always nice for her, for laundry wise. If there's a stain, then she can throw it in there and let it soak or whatever else.
For sure.
Or if we are doing something and we're like, I don't want to bring this mess upstairs into the cabin, let's bring it into the basement and just wash it right there.
Yep. So guys, this video has gone over a little longer. We're trying to keep them between like 10 and 15 minutes. The last couple ones have gone a little bit longer because you guys have just been so amazing, and we've had so many questions to answer. So I want to, yeah, and we go squirrel a little bit, but I wanted to thank you guys so much for being here with us on this new channel, this new adventure. Encourage you guys to subscribe if you guys have not yet subscribed. Currently, the analytics on this channel is showing that more than 50% of you have not hit the button. It's right there. Go ahead and push it. It's subscribe. It's free, costs you nothing, and it really helps the algorithm and it helps our cause. So I want to thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you for thumbing up the videos, for watching, for commenting all of your questions, everything. You guys are phenomenal and amazing, and we love having you guys be a part of our journey.
Yep.
So, but right now, me and Gary got to get out and get that vitamin D going, because I don't know how long. Gary said that the rain's not coming today, so yay.
Yeah.
But we got videos to record today. You will be seeing whatever we record today. It's going to be on the main channel on Simple Life Reclaimed, bright and early for you guys tomorrow, as soon as I can get it to upload. And I hope you guys enjoy it. We got a lot of work to do today. We got a lot of work to do today, because this whole rest of this week has been a flop.
Oh.
So yeah, we're going to be busy. So we love you guys, and until the next one, we hope you have a good one.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.
Mwah.